Transportation is undergoing one of the most significant transformations in history. From self-driving automobiles to the Hyperloop, companies are investing in new ways for humans to travel from one place to another more effectively. So, here's a look at 5 vehicles and transportation systems that could transform how we travel in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GodTech. Hello. Before we begin, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel with notifications on so you don't miss out when we make a new upload. Alright, let's dive in. Number 5. Supertrains. In the 21st century, a few countries are developing high-speed trains known as maglev trains using powerful electromagnets. By replacing the original steel wheel and track trains, these trains float over guideways using the basic principles of magnetism. Because there is no rail friction, these trains can reach speeds of hundreds of miles per hour. However, high speed is only one of the maglev trains' significant advantages. Because the trains rarely make contact with the track, they produce significantly less noise and vibration than conventional trains. Because there is less vibration and friction, there are fewer mechanical malfunctions, which means that maglev trains are less likely to have weather-related delays. Although implementing magnetic levitation technology into global transportation networks may appear to be a futuristic idea, trains using maglev systems have been in operation since 1984. A Japanese maglev train reached speeds of little over 600 km per hour in 2015. But researchers at China's Southwest Jiaotong University are testing a prototype of an ultra-fast bullet train based on maglev technologies that could reach speeds of up to 1,000 km per hour. Super maglev trains use the same core technology as previous models, except that this next-generation transportation innovation uses a vacuum tube to eliminate air friction and allows for greater speeds. These trains are not expected to come into service in the coming years, as traditional maglev projects are still being evaluated in several places, especially in the United States and Asia. A multi-billion-dollar maglev rail line connecting Washington and New York is almost completed, which would reduce travel time between the two cities to 1 hour, down from 3 hours. However, the introduction of super maglev trains on this line could theoretically reduce the journey time to roughly 30 minutes. Perhaps in a decade or two, nations all around the world will have decided on maglev trains. Number 4. Elevated cycle paths. Transportation technological advancements are not confined to the forms of transportation themselves, but also the surfaces upon which they travel. While new developments in automobile technology may capture the headlines, it is easy to forget that the bicycle, which predates the automobile by decades, is one mode of transportation that won't die. The construction of a network of elevated cycle routes towering above city streets would not only make cycling safer and more comfortable, but it might also reduce highway congestion. The southeast Chinese city of Xiamen has built the world's longest elevated cycling path in 2020. The 7.6-kilometer track, which is 17 feet above the road, connects to public forms of transportation at 13 sites. The aerial cycleway connects the city's major residential and business areas and sits beneath Xiamen's current overhead bus transportation system. It connects with 11 bus stations and 2 subway stations and is 4.8 meters wide, with a capacity of over 2,000 bikes at a time, and there are spaces to park bikes as well as to hire them. Although there are now only a few of these ambitious networks available, BMW, the German automaker, hopes to change that. In collaboration with Tsinghua University in China, the automaker recently revealed a concept to develop elevated cycling routes in Shanghai for forms of transportation such as e-bikes and electric scooters. This futuristic road would be built up of an enclosed elevated tube, allowing bicycles to ride in comfort all year round due to full climate control. In China, there are already hundreds of millions of e-bikes that could use these roads, and the number is rapidly increasing as the country struggles with severe air pollution. Number 3. Drone bus. Several companies are developing new airborne means of transportation, including taxis that fly, drones that drive, and cars that drive and fly. The majority of these vehicles have one thing in common. They're designed for only a few people to ride them at once, much like flying Ubers. However, a New York-based startup, Kellicona, is thinking bigger. The company is creating an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle capable of transporting 40 passengers at once. Aside from transporting a large number of people, a drone bus flight from Los Angeles to San Francisco or from London to Paris takes around 1 hour, similar to an aeroplane flight. The drone bus will also be able to land and take off closer to city centres. The electric vertical takeoff and landing craft, which can carry 10,000 pounds of cargo, can also be used as a cargo transporter, but Kellicona's primary goal is to revolutionise mass public transportation. To begin, there's a planned 30-minute flight from Manhattan to the Hamptons that will cost $85 for a single passenger, which is the same as the train fare on the same route. The 40-seat drone bus will be powered by 8 thrust-vectoring fans with variable pitch propellers and will feature a 3D printed airframe. The aircraft's design is sleek and futuristic, with a flat appearance reminiscent of a standard UFO. The company has confirmed the massive battery power required to maintain such missions. This quantity of energy could power hundreds, if not thousands, of households. Kellicona compares the battery capacity to the batteries used in Tesla's Model S and Model 3 vehicles. If the aircraft passes the FAA certification process, the aerospace company expects it to fly in 2022 for cargo and 2024 for human passengers. Number 2. Hyperloop. Elon Musk unveiled a 700 mph Hyperloop concept back in 2012. His idea was to develop a cheap means of transportation, like road transportation, yet rapid, like air travel. It began a new era of high-speed innovation in collaboration with Tesla and SpaceX. The Hyperloop can cut wait times by departing every few minutes, which is much more frequent than other high-speed rail networks. This intriguing high-speed innovation will be capable of transporting passengers from San Francisco to Los Angeles in 35 minutes at speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. Musk decided to allow others to continue working on Hyperloop while creating electric automobiles and space rockets. This prompted companies dedicated to advanced technologies, such as Virgin Hyperloop, led by Richard Branson, to successfully design a prototype in 2017. Branson planned to have a fully working system in 3 years, which he has accomplished. Virgin Hyperloop is presently collaborating with Hyperloop Transportation Technologies to make the Hyperloop a reality by 2030. According to the basic concept of Hyperloop, the passenger pods or capsules go through a tube, either above or below ground. Pumps remove the majority of the air from the tubes to reduce friction. Overcoming air resistance is one of the most energy-intensive aspects of high-speed transportation. Airliners travel at high altitudes to travel through less dense air. Hyperloop encloses the capsules in a reduced pressure tube, effectively allowing the trains to travel at airplane speeds while on the ground. According to Musk's model, the pressure inside the Hyperloop tube is around 1/6 that of Mars's atmosphere. This equates to an operating pressure of 100 pascals, which reduces the drag force of the air by 1,000 times when compared to the sea level conditions, and is similar to flying at altitudes exceeding 150,000 feet. Number 1. Autonomous helicopter. Although self-driving car testing has been widely publicised in several countries, autonomous planes are likely to play a significant role in the future of mass transportation networks. Flying taxis are undoubtedly everyone's fantasy to avoid traffic jams in big cities. Airbus performed a successful test flight of its Vahana electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft earlier in 2018, with the flying taxi staying 53 seconds in the air. Vahana was able to perform vertical takeoff and landing and cross-city flight range because of its 8 electric motors and tandem tilt wing structure. Vahana has completed over 138 full-scale test flights and completed its final test flight in November 2019 at the Pendleton UAS range in Oregon, USA, ending the flagship program. The startup intends to build a fleet of eVTOL planes and place them on roofs in major cities, allowing commuters to avoid crowded places where road traffic is congested. Fully operating aircraft will be available within the next 2 years if all goes to plan. In 2017, Aurora Flight Services, an aviation research company, demonstrated a completely autonomous military helicopter that can also be piloted using a remote control system. The company demonstrated an autonomous helicopter created to demonstrate its autonomous aerial cargo utility system, and it successfully navigated a helicopter from start to finish in a particular mission. Using advanced camera sensors and onboard LiDAR technology, a surveying method that measures the distance to an object by illuminating it with pulsed laser light and measuring the reflected pulses with a sensor, the aircraft can avoid obstacles and choose the most appropriate route to the destination on its own. The autonomous aircraft business is becoming more competitive, with Uber and several Chinese companies investing in this fast-evolving transportation technology. The Uber Elevate startup is scheduled to launch in 2023. With that, we have come to the end of the video. We hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, do let us know your thoughts in the comments. What vehicles would you like to see in the future, and how do you think transportation will evolve? Until next time, all the best.